Hello, my name is Alexis Clemens, and I'll be presenting on Cordura, or specifically a product that's made from Nylon 66. Cordura is the common name of a series of fabrics specified by Invista as being especially tough and durable. Specifically, this sample here is 500 denier Cordura nylon, but further, the Cordura line of products seems to be specifically made exclusively from Nylon 66. And there are several ways to write that name. Nylon 6,6, 6-6, or 6/6. It was called Nylon 66 upon its creation by Wallace Carruthers because nylon is a polyamide made of two monomers, hexamethylenediamine and adipic acid, which both contain 6 carbon atoms, hence the name. Polyamides are monomers linked by amide bonds, the covalent links between two amino acid molecules. They're easily linked to other polyamides, creating copolymers. The production of nylon 66 begins with coal, air, and water. At least, that was DuPont's tagline. However, petroleum, air, and water is more accurate because benzene is derived from petroleum through the process of catalytic reforming, which involves heat, high pressure, and distillation of benzene. Then, the benzene can be converted into cyclohexene. The cyclohexene is then converted to cyclohexanol, which is oxidized to adipic acid, which has the chemical formula C6H10O4. Adipic acid is produced largely for use in the creation of nylons. Approximately 60% of the 5.5 billion pounds of adipic acid produced annually is used in nylon production. Otherwise, it is used as a flavorant and gelling aid in food production, although it is also a mild skin irritant and is mildly toxic. The other ingredient in nylon 66 is hexamethylenediamine, which is produced by the hydrogenation of adiponitrile, which can be made in a few different ways. Adiponitrile can be synthesized from adipic acid in a continuation of the process used to form the other main ingredient in nylon, but the 2.2 billion pounds produced annually is more commonly prepared by the nickel-catalyzed hydrocyanation of butadiene, which is a byproduct of the steam cracking process used to produce ethylene into adiponitrile. Following that, hexamethylenediamine is created from the hydrogenation of molten adiponitrile that has been diluted with ammonia, and the reaction catalyzed by cobalt and/or iron. Hexamethylenediamine is used almost exclusively in the creation of nylons, specifically nylon 66, but it is also useful in epoxy resins. To create nylon 66, equivalent amounts of hexamethylenediamine and adipic acid are combined with water in a reactor. At this point, these two chemicals, along with water, crystallize into a nylon salt. Removing water drives the reaction to polymerize the nylon salt, either in batches or continuously, through the formation of amide bonds, which creates molten nylon 66. Much like the continuous pour common in steel production, at this point the nylon can be extruded and granulated or spun into fiber. Originally, nylon was made to compete against women's silk hosiery, and it won. The second test release sold out 4 million pairs of hose in 4 days. Women's stockings go through a surprising amount of wear for the thinness of the material, and getting that many women to change their normal brand means that DuPont had done something right. Nylons, DuPont's Cordura and beyond, have a range of physical, thermal, chemical, electrical, and mechanical properties, and several nylon products that exemplify strengths in different property areas will be discussed. The physical strengths. The DuPont fabric form of nylon 66, known as Cordura, has a number of products and uses. Largely, it is used for any product that requires resilience, tenacity, durability, toughness, stiffness, abrasion, and wear resistance. These physical qualities lend it to be used in backpacks, shoes, outdoor clothing, military and enforcement apparel, and accoutrement. Backpacks, luggage, or military bags made with Cordura are long-lasting, tough, and hold their shape well. They resist tearing and scratching from things like thorns or rocks and dirt when put on the ground. Nylon is fairly easy to color and has good fade resistance. Another desirable quality in a Cordura bag is that they have great strength to weight ratio. A bag made of Cordura is both tough and lightweight. This also means it is useful for things like motorcycle gear, both jackets and cargo bags. Military base layers are also made of a blend of nylon and cotton, which is 6 times more abrasion resistant than 100% cotton. Due to the mix of nylon and cotton, these fabrics absorb moisture, are fairly flame retardant, and do not melt like polyester. They can also be imbued with a proprietary DuPont technology that helps retain freshness, which is especially useful in military applications or at any time where water and leisure to do laundry are limited. Related to the military applications of Cordura are the law enforcement and tactical applications. Largely, they have the same utility: lightweight, tough coating. The mechanical strengths. A chemical feature of nylon is that they're miscible with other nylons, which allows the mechanical properties to be specialized for applications like protective workwear. Cordura can be made to be anti-static, flame retardant, including a treatment that provides good molten iron splash protection, and can be colored to high visibility. Cordura is used in ballistic vests, parachute containers, recon packs, hydration systems, and knee and elbow pads. Cordura also finds military use in shoes that are resistant to heat, cold, swamp conditions, and combat. Parachutes themselves are also commonly made of nylon, though not only those made for people, but those made for airplanes, bombs, space capsules, food, and equipment. Nylon can also be made into solid objects instead of being spun into fibers for fabric. Between these disparate forms of nylon are nylon guitar strings, mostly created for classical playing to replace the soft sound of catgut. Much time and effort went to reducing the original metallic sound into something softer. The Remington Nylon 66 was one of the very first mass-produced rifles to have a stock made of something other than wood. While it has the same name as nylon made for Cordura, the actual type of nylon used is somewhat different. Nylon Zytel 101 has high tensile impact strength and flexural strength. This gun was something of a gamble for Remington, but the use of nylon lowered the cost of production and increased the profit margin, so the gun was well received. Another point in its favor is that this weapon operated without any lubricants. This made it popular for places that had very cold ambient temperatures, because lubricants also chill at those temperatures. There were reports of indigenous people in Arctic regions shooting very large animals. The weapons were very popular there. The stocks were also able to be colored as easily as nylon in fiber form, and most people enjoyed the ability to customize their products. Another nylon product, albeit one with limited scope, is the nylon spike. This is a dangerous weapon because it has a triangular blade made of ballistic nylon, and triangular wounds do not heal well or easily, and it is doubly dangerous because while most weapons are made of metal, this one can bypass metal detectors. Nylon's thermal strengths. Nylon can also be made to be thin, and what we more often think of as a plastic. Thin nylons are in use in food packaging, such as Serane's Ceralon product, a nylon bag with food inside and ready to cook. One product is for microwaving, and the other is oven safe, keeping the moisture inside the food instead of released to the inside of the oven. Nylon is used in food packaging for a number of reasons, among them exceptional strength and toughness, superior oxygen barrier, flavor, odor, and aroma barrier, scratch and flex crack resistance, resistance to grease, oils, and solvents and acidic foods, as well as clarity and printability for consumer appeal. The chemical, electrical, and other strengths of nylon are these. Nylons have also found utility under car hoods, again due to their impervious nature. Air coolers, exhaust mufflers, turbo air ducts, engine covers, oil pans, transmission components, and radiator end tanks can all be made of nylon. Nylon is a lighter material than what was being used previously, and decreased weight increases gas efficiency. Some of the other properties that make nylon a desirable material are that it is highly resistant to insects, fungi, animals, mold, mildew, rot, and other chemicals. Nylon is also hygroscopic, which means that it absorbs water. This can be a negative because when you make a product, you would hope that it would remain within your tolerances. So they plan for this usually by making the product slightly smaller than it needs to be so that when it absorbs water and the size increases, it still falls within tolerance. However, the fact that it is hygroscopic, specifically with nylon, when it absorbs water after production, that helps relieve some of the tensions and stresses that are created from production. Nylons have a huge multitude of uses, but any large-scale production has side effects. In 1975, Japanese scientists discovered a strain of flavobacterium that lives exclusively in nylon wastewater ponds and evolved specifically to eat nylon waste products. They involved enzymes not known to occur in any other bacteria. This discovery prompted other scientists to explore the specific evolution of these traits, including inducing them in other bacteria by allowing them only waste products to consume. The novelty of these enzymes created by these bacteria, and the fact that nylon did not exist before 1935, has prompted critics of creationism and intelligent design to cite this as an example of evolution specifically opposing the creationist view that no new information can be added to the genome through mutation. I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on Nylon 66.